Hey people, Intro here, 3v3. Fend Unlock. Forgot the name of the map there for a second. On the blue team, the Imperium out in force. Irascidle as a force commander, a versatile frontline hero, bringing offense, disruption and support, of course, fighting in melee. And we got some Blood Ravens. Alongside, Bleed Scream with a Lord General fighting in ranged combat, begins with a retinue. Can bring strong defense and support, has a fetching moustache as well. This is the Cadian Shadow Regiment scheme or something like that. Alongside, Sosedus as a Techmarine, starts off in ranged combat, can get a melee weapon, supports with structures and repairs, and we have some Raven Guard elite scheme. On the red team then, Vitruvius and a Warboss, a melee hero walking through objects, very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines, alongside some Chaos fellas, Rebel and a Chaos Lord, a durable and destructive hero walking through objects, cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption, fighting in melee, rocking the good old Black Legion. Rounding off the teams, Kuerbiskern 04 and a Plague Champion, starts off with a damage of a time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, debilitates enemies and supports allies, can also repair, taking a bunch of damage there, back into some Nurgle worship with some heavy cover. A decent combo, but there we see Sosedus taking down those heretics, and Rebel has gone down already. A very sloppy loss in the mid, trying to cap, I think. Lord General in melee with some Chaos Space Marines now. He's even got a special attack, that fella, I think. He's lost his retinue buddies, which are no longer stormtroopers, by the way. They're just guardsmen. Derek and Nigel have been demoted, unfortunately. Up in the northwest corner, Sluggers run away. Warboss still nice and healthy. Force Commander also flees. And the Tactical Marines are going to feel the Warboss's wrath here. But can they kill some shooter boys in melee? Shotgun Scouts joining in. Some support now from Bleed Scream. Shooters off the field. Can he kill one of these Tactical Marines though? Oh, he already has. Can he kill two of them? Getting shot at by a bunch of lasguns will only make him angrier. He must be very close to killing one of those models, but couldn't quite get one. Scouts in melee now with shooter boys. And they're kind of getting punched around a bit, aren't they? Outnumbered there, and it did drop a model too. Bleed Scream then with a heavy weapon squad on the way. They will start with a heavy bolter in the southeast corner. Chaos Space Marines with Eternal War for Rebel. Eternal War also on these guys for Kuerbiskern. Such a weird name. Two of them, in fact. No revive for the Chaos Lord though. The Plague Champion was forced off the field at some point. Storm Boys on the way for Vitruvius. Nothing else up. That was all the early power spent on those fellas. Artillery Spotters now for Bleed Scream. Assault Squad for Irascidle. Plague Champion goes for the revive in the mid. There we go. And then flees. Chaos Lord also flees. Lord General's got Derek and Nigel back. He can reinforce these fellas in the field. And he's got that shotgun upgrade these days. I don't think I've seen it yet. Would like to check it out. You can get shotguns instead of grenade launchers these days now. Idleness in the southeast corner from Kuerbiskern. Got some Noise Marines on the way. Did not want to push on to this and face the wrath of the Techmarine, who's got shotgun scouts in. Techmarine could do with some healing. Now being poked by Bleed Scream. Both the Chaos players are here, although their heroes aren't here at the moment. They're coming out of base now, I think. At least one of them is. Got to try and focus those scouts down. Heretic trying to get into melee. Gets shotgunned. Much more defensive from Kuerbiskern, using the Heretics for that worship support. Lord General again breaking ranks to get into melee with some Chaos Space Marines. He's very low now though. Artillery Spotters doing their thing with disruption. Down goes the Lord General. Now these guys can maybe try to kill some spotter models, because those guys will take power to reinforce. There's a smoke shell there. Some CSM running. Chaos Lord and the Plague Champion finally show up. I thought the Chaos Lord started moving ages ago. Lost the indicator of him. He's got a little few pixels of XP there. Much more for the Plague Champion because he got that revive. And they did fight off the blue team. Now they can maybe push on to the power and stuff. We shall see. Might be tricky to revive that Lord General too. Light grenades coming in for the Plague Champion. Havoc's on the way for Rebel. Tier 2 for Sosedus. Did not get anything else up in Tier 2, just those shotguns. Maybe a quick Razorback over there, or a Dreadnought even. Meanwhile, this is the northwest corner-ish. Devastators on the field for Irascidle. The assault squad hanging out in the mid for now. And there's those Noise Marines with that Sonic Blaster shutting down ranged weaponry, doing good anti-infantry damage. And he can shake apart power gens too. Gets jumped. Well, at least chased a bit. Lots of Nurgle worshipping by kuerbiskern using those heretics very defensively. Nothing wrong with that, especially with the Plague Champion. Sluggers punching through onto the scouts. Now they can tie up the Devastators maybe, but they're getting low, aren't they? Assault squad jump the Warboss, of all things. They promptly get stomped. And the Sluggers survive. Can these guys jump them again? Or they can't. Sluggers, I think, survive. Force Commander can now harass some shooter boys. Devastators have found their target. It's a Warboss, and down he goes. The Assault Squad did not drop a model too. Can get onto the VP, maybe the wreck point as well. Oh, here comes a flank though. Rebel with the Chaos Lord. Eternal War CSM, unupgraded heretics. Not sure where his other CSM are. They're coming from the other angle apparently. Chaos Lord goes straight after the Force Commander. Scouts off the field. Attacks are already off the field as well. There's some Iron Halo action. And he's got Artificer in, so he's already quite tanky, even at level 1. 10-20 hit points and that energy shield. 5-to-1 conversion. Tier 2 for Bleed Scream. Tier 2 for all of the red team. Storm Boys here with power melee weapons. They'd like to be jumping the Tactical Marines, or they could wait back, hang back and wait for the Assault Squad to jump in and counter-initiate alongside the Sluggers. That might be better use of them, actually. Might be. 442 to 396 on the VPs. Heavy Weapon Squad thinking about setting up, maybe. Backing off a bit is kuerbiskern, and Sosedus does indeed go straight for a Dreadnought. Should have quite a big impact here. Quite a big impact. kuerbiskern doesn't have anything that can transition into anti-vehicle, but can get some Plague Marines up, or Havocs, or both. In Tier 2, of course. Marcus Zinch for these Chaos Space Marines of Rebel. Gives them those Inferno Bolters. And the Aspiring Champion on the way, he'll get a Demonic Plasma Gun. They'll be very effective anti-infantry troops. Down goes the Sentinel, I think. Yep. Grenade chucked in there, levels up the Plague Champion. Heretics almost wiping Rebels yet. Rebels been very, very foolhardy with his Heretics. Just sending them in there. And he could be worshipping Khorne, speeding up the Chaos Lord or something. Chaos Lord gets away. Replaces the Heretics. They weren't upgraded or anything, so it's not a massive loss. Only 200 wreck to replace them. And they're on the power with a bunch of firepower here. Noise Marines can do their thing. Dreadnought is in though. Starts off as a close combat unit, but this guy's getting an assault cannon in. 396 to 396 on the VPs. Smacks the Noise Marines a bit. I think it's worth keeping this guy in melee for now, but he does have the assault cannon in now. Here comes the barrage, that's what he can do. Huge amounts of damage. And these Marcos Zinch guys can't really threaten it with the Inferno Bolters. I mean, they're doing something. I think they do 10% of their damage to vehicles, which is much more than regular piercing bolt guns, but still not amazing. Scouts can help prepare, maybe. Or just shotgun blast and then run. Techmarine maybe can repair. He's getting a master-crafted bolt gun here. 396, so 368 to 396. Up in the northwest. Lots of levels, lots of dead Orks. But they didn't wipe anything. Storm Boys did survive. Lasgun seeing off the Havocs. They do escape though. Chaos Lord shows up. What can he do alone? Might be worth getting that armor for the Inferno. Stormtroopers in for Bleed Scream, and also a Manticore back there. Artillery unit. Really powerful shots, but you need to manually target each rocket on a relatively long cooldown. And he doesn't have the most hit points either, just 325 vehicle hit points. Any kind of proper anti-vehicle weapon deals with it quite quickly. If you can get close, Chaos Lord runs. 2-to-1 for blue. Trying to power bash here with the Dreadnought. Where's the rest of your army, Sosedus? They are moving up. Wreck point being taken. Looks like the, yep, boss pole is in. With those orange buff circles. And the Storm Boys have their Nob Leader. No upgrades, though, for the Sluggers. The poor Sluggers in their default state here. No upgrades for the Shooters either. And not much war gear. He's gone straight into tier 3, has Vitruvius. That's where all his power's gone. If you can get some quick tier 3 units up. I mean, you can get flash kits pretty soon right here. Save a bit more for a Nob squad, maybe. I don't know if I don't think the Dreadnought Assault Cannon can suppress by itself. That's a good barrage again. Really good barrage. Marcus Zinch, Chaos Dreadnought now for kuerbiskern with those missile launchers. Or missiles from a launcher. Scares off the Dreadnought. Another Dreadnought now for Sosedus. Maybe we'll see a multi-melter or something. One of the rarest units in Dawn of War 2. The multi-melter Dreadnought. It's really freaking fun as well. Just having to get it close in a 3v3 often gets it destroyed. Kuerbiskern's heretics are kind of hanging out there, getting shot at. Storm Boys jumping in with the stun from the Nob Leader. Big fight brewing in the mid. Manticore Strike going off. Gets a few hits on the Dreadnought in the background there. Storm Boys got wrecked. They may in fact wipe. Looks like they made it out. Warboss fighting some tactical marines. That's a really effective Blastmaster shot on those guardsmen. Some spotters in there too, I believe. Painful stuff. Explodes an assault marine too. Assault squad down to a single model, in fact. If they force some melee combat there, they can deal with them. They got disrupted though. The assault squad made it out. Assault cannon barrage and a creeping barrage from the Lord General. More shots on that Dreadnought there. Not sure what the Marcus Zinch Dreadnought was being damaged by. Oh, there is a multi-melter Dreadnought back there. But what was damaging this fella? Is there an anti-vehicle weapon? You guys? Oh, these guys maybe did it with their anti-armor kit. But here's the multi-melter Dreadnought, the legendary multi-melter Dreadnought. Elusive. We'll see what it does, eh? Does it give me damage numbers here? 55 melter DPS. Typically, you put this guy on melee stance, so he'll automatically chase things around and shoot it. But we'll see. It's an awesome weapon. Does it have melee resistance these days? I think it should at least have minor melee resistance. This guy can threaten it, of course. Getting some repairs here. Level 2 Plague Champion. Warboss, level 2. And the Warboss can get an anti-vehicle, well, a heavy melee weapon, which will damage vehicles quite well. Stormtroopers sneaking around. And there is a Nob squad. For Vitruvius these days, starting out as a power melee squad. But they're getting those hammers in immediately for some heavy melee action. And momentum buffs and all sorts of things. And there's the Nob Leader coming in too. Frenzied barrage from the Chaos Dreadnought. It will suppress infantry, but it didn't seem to hit any infantry there. Nob squad looking for a fight. They have found a turret. Down it goes. That multi-melter getting shots, and there's some suppression thanks to the high-powered shot. Plague Marines are in here. Have a snaring missile launcher. Are these Dreadnoughts far enough away? No sign of blessing of the Omnissiah from the Techmarine. There it is. Came in a bit late. Down goes the multi-melter one went down. 355 to 262. Looks like Bleed Scream wants a Bane Blade. Sosedus says GG. Didn't like the engagement he just had. This thing's still being targeted too. Shotgun blast is pretty nice. Frenzied barrage there. Down goes the Dreadnought. Both Dreadnoughts are down for Sosedus. He does have a decent chunk of resources. Does he go tier 3 here? I think it might be worth him staying tier 2, you know. Get some Devastators up again to try and... well, it'll be his first Devastators, wouldn't it? This fella had the Devastators to try and help control the movement of those of that Nob squad. Get them to use their frenzy early. Maybe get a Whirlwind. There is a new update out, by the way, 2.11.1. And they have reverted the change on the Whirlwind. It no longer does friendly fire, which is a nice change for that. Assault Terminators are in for Irascidle. These guys unique to the Force Commander, taking a whole bunch of damage from the Mark of Zinc CSM, which is why they went straight for him there. Got some Stormtroopers sneaking around. Terminator's taking a lot of damage. Having to teleport out, those guys cannot retreat. You need to be very careful using their teleport. Usually it's used to escape. Maybe he'll get the Librarian up to help them out. Plasma Cannon in the mid. Devastator's in the mid. Force Commander level 3. Assault Terminators are still here. Still taking damage. I don't know if you want to go back in, fellas. They're going back in. The missile launcher is doing some decent work against them too, eh? Oh, hey, some chosen Plague Marines for kuerbiskern. These guys unique to the Plague Champion. Damage over time, power melee knives. Passive damage around them as well. And they can create zombies. They're pretty cool fellas. Down goes the Force Commander. 355 to 197. Nob Squad on the prowl. Haven't leveled up yet, but they are fully upgraded now. I think their Frenzy got reduced in cost, eh? A few updates ago. There's another Nob Squad too. 2-to-1 cap here. Yeah, that's a lot of melee to deal with. Chaos Lord, Chosen Plague Marines, the Warboss, 2 Nob Squads. Sosedus' next purchase is quite vital. Maybe he's waiting for a Land Raider. And I think these guys should get claws, these Terminators, who are back at base healing up at the moment. Assault Squad getting wrecked, having to jump away. Might be worth getting Vanguard Veterans for those fellas, but I think a Librarian purchase is more important. Good Plasma Cannon shot there. Devastators are off the field, are they? Yep. Now these guys run 355-162. The red team come out swinging in Tier 3. Oh, it's a Stormblade from Bleed Screen, which can do that. Massive plasma blast gun on the front of it there. Well, on the main turret. It can't move though. You need to turn the entire tank to face that gun. As you see there, it's got las cannons on it and some twin-linked heavy bolters as well. Can do that. That's an overcharged plasma shock, which disables the tank for like 5 seconds. But he can get 2 shots in quick succession by using it, which is quite powerful. Already doing some decent work with Stormblade. Could do with some repairs though, eh? Oh, here comes a bunker, maybe a repair bunker. Tier 3 for kuerbiskern. Rebel with a tank on the field. Got some Kashyyykin for Bleed Scream. Get some plasma guns, I think, fellas, because you're fighting double Nob Squads and some Chaos guys. Okay, here's the Assault Squad. Assault Terminator Squad. Don't have their claws. Someone does have some claws, though. It's Chaos Lord. Alongside Armor of the Inferno and Icon of Khorne, which was buffed a few updates ago. 2.5% health per hit now. And the Lightning Claws attack nice and fast. Lots of damage on those Terminators. Warboss off the field. Now they turn their attention to the Chaos Lord. Uses Kill the Weak. Trying to get a model off those guys. Not sure if it's going to work out. Mr. Chaos Lord. Down he goes. And there's that inspiration on kill from those Terminators. Stormblade taking quite a lot of damage. That's a Mark of Zinch tank. And of course the Mark of Zinch Dreadnought still there too. Not just Cloud chucked in by the Plague Champion. Looks like it is indeed a repair bunker back there. Does he not have Guardsmen still? Bleed Scream does have 1 Guardsman squad who could repair. Being chased down by the Dreadnought, eh? That shot didn't seem to hit. And that was an overcharged shot. You can see the lightning effects of the weapons disable. Can still move though. Who's this down? The Lord General does have melter guns in, looks like. Trying to get his stabilizers up for a heal. Tanks being repaired. And now they want to take down the bunker. And they're shooting some Marines that are inside of it. 285 to 158. Here comes a Land Raider Redeemer for Sosedus, which could make a massive difference. Are you guys capping? You are indeed capping. The tax should be capping here. They got a faster cap on them. The Force Commander. Might be worth this fella getting a weapon upgrade. He could maybe help hunt these vehicles with a Power Fist, perhaps. 285 to 151 on the VPs. Techmarine level 3. I think the Force Commander was looking for a revive there. Didn't quite work out. Plasma Cannon. Oh, trying to hit the Chaos Lord. What level is this guy? Level 3. Going on those tacks with the fancy lightning claws, and there's some friendly fire from the Plasma Cannon. Red team overrunning the mid. Stormblade shows up. There's a bunker already here. Doesn't seem to be a repair bunker, at least not yet. Creeping barrage again from Bleed Scream. 2 heroes down for the blue team, 1 hero down for the red team. Where is that guy? Oh, he's already up here, look. He's getting revived. Warboss revives. I'm not sure what happened to that Techmarine. Another overcharged plasma shot. I hate that the texture left behind by the overcharged plasma shot is so ugly and low res. Wish they could change that. Manticore is level 2 now. Nob squad with user choppers finding the rear armor of the Stormblade. There's a Manticore strike to try and help it out. And I think a Venerable Dreadnought, yes, dropped in. Doesn't save the Stormblade. There's Ardboys now on the Nob squad. User choppers and Ardboys are global buffs from the Warboss. Very effective buffs. They last a long time. And they're relatively cheap. Here's the Land Raider Redeemer now. You can reinforce squads around it. You can even retreat back to it. Treat it as a mobile base, basically. Big old Flamestorm cannons and that Frag Assault you just saw there. Twin Assault Cannon, Multi-Melter. Bristling with guns, this thing. And here's the Venerable Dreadnought, unique to the Techmarine. Up over 2,000 hit points now with Dark Age of Technology upgrade in there. Assault squad trying to fight a Warboss and a Chaos Lord. Not going to work out too great for them, I don't think. They are going to wipe, in fact. Yep, they do. 256 to 117. What are these fellas up to? They're exploding. They don't want to fight a Venerable Dreadnought, I don't think. But look at this. Marco Zinch Dreadnought, which has been awesome so far. Getting some shots on it. Bit of a frenzied barrage. 252, 117. Look at the float from Vitruvius. What is he up to? Could get some flash kits up. Could get a battle wagon. Lots of options. Sneaky Scout Squad get a decap. Now they retreat back to the Land Raider, as you see. If it's not your Land Raider, you do need to specifically mark it as a retreat point initially. And you can, of course, turn it off as a retreat point if there's some kind of danger lurking, like a nuke or something. Land Raider Phobos on the way for kuerbiskern. And a Predator tank for Irascidle. Shooter boys tried to get a cheeky decap, couldn't quite do it. Any grenades on retreat path? Oh, maybe. Might not need it though. Shotguns might be enough, but they're busy capping these fellas, look. Shooter boys make it out. Marco Zinch tank and a Marco Zinch Dreadnought going up against that Land Raider Redeemer. Here comes the Venerable Dreadnought, and there's a Rocks as well. Big hits on the Land Raider. It's so low now. Can something finish it off? The Zinch Dreadnought's trying to get back onto it. Venerable Dreadnought trying to keep it tied up. Frenzied Barrage. Does not hit. Should have just done a regular burst, I think. Oh, look at that. We do have some Lightning Claw Terminators, but they are incredibly low. No Librarian for Irascidle. Now some repairs on the Dreadnought. Needs a hell of a lot of repairs. The Venerable Dreadnought went down. I mean repairs on the Land Raider, sorry. Tank's being messed up as well. Tank is down. Nob squad double buffed again. There's an orbital. Misses most things. Blue team lost a lot in those fights. But the red team do need VPs. This guy's not capping. Must have been shoved out of the way by something. There we go. Now he's capping, being reminded by his allies. 252 to 28. Double cap now. They need to leave something here because the scouts are always on it. Can the blue team recover? They still have the Land Raider. It did survive. Manticore Strike going in. Can it stop the cap? Oh, it didn't put it on the VP. And there's the Warboss, look. With las cannons on the side sponsons. Counts as a demon as well, so you can worship it. Here comes a shrine from Kuerbiskern, so that's going to be a Nurgle shrine. Can help stuff reinforce in the field and heal it as well. Plague Champion. Plague Fist, very good capping tool because of the Pestilence Strike. Didn't they nerf this? Maybe the tooltip wasn't updated. I think it's like a 75% range resistance now. Unless that changed and didn't go through. Down to 13 VPs, the red team. 2, 3, 4 to 13. Great Unclean One coming through for Rebel. Triple Knob Squad for Vitruvius. Irascidle down to just 2 units. And this is not a good fight for the Force Commander. Red team have a huge army advantage, but can they defend all the VPs? Look at this now. Tactical Marines on this. Knob Squad ready to scare them off though. This guy hit level 4. Not quite. But it's been amazing. Still getting repaired. Manticore Strike going in. All 4 rockets on the Dreadnought, but it survives. And this shrine is being worshipped now. So they can reinforce off it. Plasma Kassakin, they're going to be outgunned here. 206 to 13. I think it's worth the red team pushing through onto this VP. It's not always easy though to realize just how much stuff you've killed of the opponent and how low they are. Land Raider's holding on. Marcus Zeet's tank backs off, but the Warboss gets the kill. Yeah, push VP, says the Plague Champion, I agree. And the Orks are on it. Land Raider down. Here comes another Stormblade. It did do decently well, I think. Maybe the Storm Lord would have been better because of all these knobs and stuff. Great Unclean One is up. Gonna defend his VP. Are they gonna get a cap? They actually got a cap. It's a 1-to-1 now. That's pretty amazing. Red team are on the other natural though. And these guys, oh, they don't stick around for a cap, apparently. He misses the Nurgle Vomit. And then, there he goes. Start attacking there, bud. Here comes some Marcus Zeet CSM as well. Those guys aren't going to have a bad time, those tacks. The red team did get this natural now. Can they get the triple? Cap natural, says Rebel. These guys are not. What is he microing here? He's microing this little attack. There we go, now they're decapping. Red team can just bully them to victory, I think. Irascidle's down to 0 units. Still has that Force Commander. He's got his Power Fist. Warboss versus Stormblade. Although, there's a bunch of other stuff messing up the Stormblade here. I think Bleed Scream knows that it's over. Just runs it in for one last hurrah. There's the triple cap for red. And surely they've done enough. A literal miracle to pull this out now, the blue team. Techmarine still down over here. Force Commander's found something to fight, I guess. Great Unclean One now waddling in. Manticore doesn't last very long. This tank's been pretty amazing too. Those 2 Chaos vehicles, the Chaos Predator and this Chaos Dreadnought, did superbly well for the red team. The triple Knob Squad was pretty damn good too, eh? Level 4, level 3, level 1. Can they kill the Great Unclean One? It's a lot of plasma. Now he waddles away. Oh, a nuke dropped in though first from Kuerbiskern. Nurgle flavoured Imperial Abyss. Yep, the red team have it. Another tank goes down. GG, says Vitruvius. Irascidle is spamming tanks. I wonder if he left the game by now. Might have. Spamming tanks seems like an AI thing to do. Knew it was over. Maybe he wanted his team to concede and they didn't. But there's the game. Red team pulled through with a very powerful tier 3, kicked off by the tier 2 Chaos Dreadnought, which helped take out 2 of Sosedus' Dreadnoughts. In fact, 3 of them, if you count the Venerable. Super effective. Very rarely you see a Tzeentch Dreadnought be that effective, actually. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you next time.